Hey guys, welcome back. In this video we're going to be playing defensive chess. So we're going to start out with some junk openings. I'll pick some openings randomly that are just kind of junk, and then I'll dare our opponent to attack us. And then we'll see if I can fend him off. So we're going to start with f6 and king f7. So we will see what happens. Since I'm playing this kind of wonky opening, then I'm going to try to not allow pawns to be traded here while I try to defend this position. You're going to play something a little bit unorthodox though. We're going to avoid some of the trades, but probably can't avoid this one, so we need to just let it ride. This is decent. Don't want to play d5 and allow a backward pawn. So let's just continue our development. Right, g5, king g8. You can get forked there, right? Can have some checks, but will that be enough? It doesn't look like it's going to be enough. I've got a couple different pieces that are attacking. Capture with the knight first, then pawn takes, and then he has access to my bishop, so I think I need to do it this way. Are you going to go knight takes, or what are you going to do? So he needs to either save his bishop and then I save my knight, or take my knight and I take his bishop. That should leave me up a piece. So one of the other things about this opening, you can definitely frustrate your opponent because they know it's bad, so you antagonize them into attacking you. So yeah, it seems like that panned out. Let's just bring this guy back, activate our rook while doing so. Okay. Actually, tough to say. I just don't have good control over dark squares. So yeah, let's sacrifice this pawn to make sure that this bishop stays active. I think that's a good plan. And yeah, then we'll come over here. So opposite bishops in a middle game means we should be extremely aggressive, even sacrificing a pawn to do things that way. So that's the reason that we're playing so aggressively here. Because you essentially have an extra piece. Getting rid of this pawn will probably be good, because it's being able to, he could put a bishop on f6, and I don't like that very much. This is going to pick up his bishop, right? That should leave us with a pretty simple position where we should be able to secure a win with relative ease. Of course, nothing's a given. Still, my king has a couple of diagonals that are kind of open, so I just need to monitor that. As long as I do that, then I should be in good shape. I could also take control of my 7th rank, which is a little bit annoying. Let's give the check. Really tempted to just capture here. Does he have any checks? He has no reasonable checks. And this is going to make a lot of really nasty threats. If he captures, then queen h2 is coming. If he doesn't capture, then rook g2 is on the table. Is there any way for white to defend this reasonably? Have to defend g2 somehow. Yeah, it's not possible. Okay, so yeah, just baiting our opponent to attack us can sometimes work out. And also, if you feel comfortable playing unknown positions, then this sort of silliness might work. If you don't like playing unknown positions, then yeah, maybe stay away from this type of thing. So we need knight c3 to guard our queen if I want to capture this way, which I do. And if he does this, then yeah, I'm down in development somewhat, but it's an ending, so it doesn't really matter too much. Okay, we just need to continue. So e5 is a big threat. Looks pretty good. Let's give it a go. Knight d5. Capture, 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 bishop c2. He moves rook and then c4. Can I get away with sword? Bishop b3. What? No, I didn't mean to play that. I was trying to put it off the board. Darn it. Okay. So it's back to even. Knight d3 is annoying. Some of these pre-moves will really get you. And just sort of misclicked. Sometimes I do that. Just take a piece and then try to put it on an illegal square. But really the best thing if you have a lot of time is just take it all the way off the board if you didn't mean to click. So it's going to leave us with kind of it's not terrible, but it's also not what I wanted. Yeah, we really threw this game away. Okay. It's possible that this game is not 100% simple for black. Now f6 works because my pawn is stuck guarding. It's not going for it yet. I don't see how I can really stop my opponent from doing this. I'm just going to give it back, and I'm down one pawn with better king activity. Yeah, he really should have just played f6, then he's doing quite alright. Let's continue to move our king to a better square. What? Opponent needs to triangulate here. I think that should win. And then I can use one more temp, and then he's going to triangulate again. Let's see. Can I get this one off, though? This might work. This might hold a draw. Of course, I have to capture here. Ooh, I'm actually winning now. Wow. How did that happen? And that's it. Oh, what a bummer for him. Can I stalemate my opponent here? Yeah, I think I can actually stale him. So now he's going to have to push his pawn, then of course capture this way so we don't stalemate. And then this is going to win. Oh, he's probably upset about that one. Well, yeah, it's unfortunate for him. He should have won that one. Oh, whoops, by default, I just played a normal game. So let's go this way. Keeping things closed. Okay, so we did our thing. But yeah, this time I have a lot of space, so not sure how much black can really attack. It's a little bit provocative, but I think I'm still going to be okay. Bishop e3, b2. Knight a4. It's probably not going to be good enough. Alright, let's be... Can we get away with this? Knight h5, king h3, knight c5, g4. Okay, let's take an unnecessary risk here. We're banking that g4 works. So by doing this, we made our opponent think that they can beat us really easily, even though they probably could, but it's not 100% clear. Capture, capture. But also king g3. Let's go for king g3 since it actually threatens to win the pawn. We're going to play very aggressively with our king. h5 might be on the table. Yep. Let's say no thank you. Then we'll try for h4. So we've developed one piece. Oh, what? Oops. So we did get us. Okay, the knight's controlling, queen's controlling all those squares. Okay, so they got us. Yeah, having the e4, e5 allowed the queen to look at us, and so that definitely hurt. Where in the other games I had my pawn on e3, and that helped mitigate some of the squares that my opponent could look at. I'm going to guard this guy. It's a pretty good move. That's not the easiest thing to defend. Threatening knight b5. Need to play that way. It's probably d4. Provoke d4. Come out of the woodwork. Definitely don't want to capture here and give an open g file to our opponent. So let's hold off on taking for a moment. Just make sure we develop everyone. Get my rook on the same file as my opponent's queen. I might rip the center on the queen side once I'm ready to do so. And we have to really keep in mind that our g3 pawn is under fire. Okay, let's rip this. He takes d. Knight takes. Whoa. Okay. Can probably force the trade. We'll probably get this guy. Unless my opponent wants to back their bishop off, which is a little bit annoying. So I'm probably staring down like g5 again. I don't really want to take here. So that'll just open up lines for my opponent, probably make their job a little bit easier. So let's go for d4. Go time. I don't really like this move at all because it's going to make my job easier of trying to storm this king, so that doesn't really make any sense for black. I'm just going to come back here. I don't really want to trade this piece off. Oh, this is reasonable. Let's see, I'm gonna have to meet that. This one. It's got 3 attacks on d4. I have 3 defenses on d4. And I'm also threatening one of the attackers as well. So I should be okay here. Coming back. What? That's not right. Notice how we avoid exchanging here until we have all the pressure, and then we're just going to release it all at once. And this just wins a pawn. It's really defensive. I'm gonna make it go time here. So maybe this guy moves, capture, capture. If I can get d5 in, take advantage of this pin, that would be good. Maybe d5 immediately? Let's test it out. Let's go for it. Capture, capture, capture. If he moves his knight, then I can just... Maybe there's nothing reasonable that I can use this discovery with. That's surprising. There's really nothing better than this? It's kind of unbelievable. This, of course, just met queen takes, so that doesn't really help. Yeah, knight e6 could be played. I just don't really like the look of it. Got this square covered. It's important. Okay, I guess we'll go for it. There's no checks, no reasonable checks here. We'll go for it. I was hoping to get more though. Bishop d4 comes to mind. This pawn's probably a lost cause. If there's any way to get more pressure, I also have a nice time advantage. If I allow him to capture, then d3 is going to be a forking square, so we just gotta liquidate here. Just make some capture. It's kind of a silly move. Win a piece here. Bishop. So bishop needs to recapture. It's a nice pin. Capture this guy, remove the guard, and then queen capture is going to win another piece here. stay firm. G5 would be a big mistake before, because my opponent could bring his queen out. Let's go B6. Does this one work? That's crazy if it does. Let's test it out. Doesn't seem like it does though. No, it doesn't work. No, get out of here. Knight c6, d5. So we always have c6, but yeah, maybe just d5 is good enough. Again, we provoked our opponent into playing something not so great. So it's the power of the Barnes defense, or the Barnes attack if you're playing with the white pieces. We're going to tuck our king in here, and then we'll have a relatively normal position, except for we just have an extra piece. So that's pretty good. They've got nothing here. It's just sacking everything that he's got. But I can actually return some of the material here, so you don't have anything. So just rook f5. There's nothing going on here. So we're up so much material, it just doesn't matter. That was really bad and silly. I'm gonna have to go Queen of Fate. Okay, doesn't do that. Definitely still possible for me to mess up here, but it's really, really unlikely. So again, the square is under an attack. I'd like to develop some other pieces though, so let's go ahead with this one. Still covering h7. It's pretty hard for him to use any other piece to attack, so we're doing just fine. Got this square covered. Let's do a little bit of poking and prodding. You might be able to defend laterally with the rook, and that'll help. I'd like to activate this guy at some point, so c5 is necessary, or if you just take it, then yeah, then at least the c file will be open, so maybe I'll redirect, try to develop some threats that way. This knight might be of assistance if we get him to f7. He could cover some squares that are that need defense, some of the weak dark squares, so that could be one way to go. Might be able to force some trades with this maneuver and capitalize on this extra piece that we have. Also, yeah, again, never had any thoughts of taking this pawn. Nothing's going on. Nothing to see here, folks. Pawn to f4. Again, knight d8, knight f7. Or even knight e6. Also pawn h6, also another idea. I do want to get this guy away. h7, trying to discover the knight on d8. This actually could be better than we anticipated. Cover h8. Maybe not so simple anymore. Maybe this, yeah, I was looking at the discovery, but I just didn't think it would be very harmful. Problem with knight e6, knight f6 check. It's not that fun, but I guess we'll kind of need to go this way. Check, king f7. Is there any reasonable follow-ups? Seems like, again, I'm doing okay. Threatening this guy. One of the reasons why he's not really going away is because, yeah, this extra piece that I have is still just sitting. So that's why I wanted to make this plan happen sooner. We just couldn't. d8 is off there, maybe queen h8 could be a thing. Knight e5, we have to contend with this. It's pretty annoying. It's going to allow queen f6. Okay, so we'll have to keep running. I have to go this way, my opponent's really low on time. Capturing this pawn is going to help this bishop. Okay. I feel somewhat safe. I'll finally get some revenge here. Important to just move quickly here. Okay, so we'll call that good enough for this one. Definitely could have played better after winning this piece. We should probably go. All this seemed fine. This is all fine. Sacrifice a little bit more material, gave some material back. Seemed okay. Queen f6 probably should have started maybe bishop. Maybe we just can immediately start to develop some of these pieces, because that was one of the problems. So maybe like knight c6, knight e7. Getting the knight out here stopped me from playing c5, so that was kind of annoying. So that's why it was a little bit awkward here. Maybe this could also be an idea. So bishop here, and then follow up with knight d7. This seems like this is probably the way. Now, queen f6 subsequently would make sure that this rook is looking at our back ranks. There's no funny business happening here. Okay, so if you did like this video, then please smack that like button, and I will catch you guys in the next one. So long for now.